Second quarter of the under-18 GDFL Grand Final between Bannockburn and Geelong West St Joey's. It's the combined West St Joey's at the moment at quarter time 1-3-9. They lead Bannockburn 3 behinds by 6 points at the first change. Eric Nichols and Paul Welsh joining us in commentary this morning. And we're just talking off air about Bannockburn needing to kick a score. They need to get some forwards down there. They're just West St Joey's defence is just working pretty well at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, they're finding it very hard to break through. Like they're a bit stiff, I suppose. Bannockburn had one touched on the line, but when they've gone forward, the St Joey's, Geelong West St Joey's back line have stood up very well to the pressure and that. And Bannockburn would be wanting to break through 2 or 3 times this quarter, you'd say, and go in at half time up, whereas West will be looking to increase their lead.
So, start of the second term, West St Joey's 1-3-9. They lead Bannockburn 3 behinds. And it will be Simon West up against Simon Bogey. The umpire throws the ball in the air. West gets it down towards Hinchcliffe coming through. Beard going through the pack, can't pick it up. Pack develops around him. And the umpire will come in and bounce the ball once again.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of positional changes, Welshie, in the break.
No, I think they've stuck with what they've had just before the quarter time siren.
So West goes up. Bogey falls over as he goes for the ruck contest. Comes back now quickly towards O'Sullivan. Goes towards centre half forward. Booley had it, then lost it. Forbes kick off the ground. Goes wide. Spear getting across there. Also Stankovic. Stankovic might be able to pick it up first. He can. Can he break the tackle? No, he can't. Drops the footy. Working hard though is Spear. Gets a kick away long towards Beggs at full forward again. Goes up. Roved off the side of the pack by Mullane Grant. He balks and dodges and goes with a right foot kick long towards Paul Carroll, who gives him a lead, and he takes the mark at half back. Wants to play on quickly and move it. Goes towards centre wing. The lead on by Ash Smith. Goes wide towards him now. Foot race between him and also against him Nardi. Nardi might get one for over the shoulder. He will. Ash Smith can't believe it. Simon Nardi can. He takes the free kick. Goes in short or sets Beard a task. Mullane Grant against him. Goes straight up. Then gets a second effort. Goes right. Then comes back left. Dodges a tackle. Gets on his right boot. Goes long towards Sam Hickleton. He comes at pace. Can't take the mark. Hart in front. Coming through the middle. Hose. Flicked out the back somehow towards West. He wants a clearing kick towards the middle of the ground. It's 4-on-1. Stankovic does very well to push it on and try and get one of his teammates involved in the play. That was Tainton. Stankovic ends up getting the kick away towards half forward, but showing the pace across there, Kaharski. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can, but then he's wrapped up by Madden. Loses the football, and it's out of bounds for Andrew throw-in on centre wing on the outer side.
Done very well there, the young fella from West St Joey's there, who's against 4 or 5, and he had the nous to knock the ball on Eric just to give his teammates a bit of a chance.
Ability, Stankovic, doesn't he? He did good footy brain by doing little jobs like that. Ball on centre wing. Well, West St Joey's, they're really in control at the moment. Nice handball there by Stankovic, but kicked it to half-back flank. Mark dropped on his chest, and they're just not handling it too well at the moment. Particularly the Bannockburn players, Hickle and Shane, got one over the shoulder there, did he? And umpire sees it that way. Kicks it now towards centre half forward. Mark not able to be taken there by Hinchcliffe. Comes to ground. Stacks on the mill. Umpire's at least giving the boys a chance to get it out. Surely they're going to have to call a halt here. It's under 4 or 5 players, and in the centre circle. The umpire will put the ball in the air again. So we've got a lot of players around the footy, and someone's going to need to break it out here pretty shortly. Bogey gets the tap on this occasion, does his own roving, gets on the left foot, drives to centre half forward for Bannockburn. Carroll taps it forward to not to anyone's advantage except for Hart, and Hart gets it wide for St Joey's to Spear. Well, went to bounce it.
Get out of it, I think.
So. Well, he's done well at ground level, gets a handball clear, but in the way there was Nicholson. He can't control it.
Do you think the message will be going out to him, Welshie?
I think
don't bounce it.
Slid straight away from him, didn't it?
Yes, you sort of don't do those sort of things early in the morning on a dewy ground, do you?
So, boundary throw in, West. Gets a second tap towards the front of the pack and got Stankovic in support. Wants the safety of the boundary line or his teammate in Madden. Can't keep it in. Pushed back now towards the boundary line, and it will be a throw in between wing and half forward on the outer side. Still no addition to the quarter time score. West St Joey's 1-3-9. They lead Bannockburn 3 behinds. And a throw in once again with Bogey and West. West gets it down towards the side of the pack. Coming through, Stankovic again. Handball towards his teammate, who's wrapped up. Getting across there also is Mullane Grant and also Hickleton. Gets it away. Bogey runs through the middle. Does well. Breaks free. Goes long towards centre half forward. Broom in front of Hart. Hart goes up. Over the back of the pack. Hose just sits there and goes wide. Looking for his teammate and Rudd. Has to make up a bit of ground. Does so. Takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Gets around the corner to Spear. Spear on centre wing. Plays on now. Just gets handled as he gets his kick away. Goes towards Fagona and also Hickleton. Handball away towards Mullane Grant. Chopped off though. The numbers with Western Joey's. They might get away here. Rudd gets wrapped up as he gets his kick away. Goes towards half back for the Tigers. And they're going to be able to turn it over towards Carroll in the middle. He goes up. Great punch away though by his direct opponent. But Carroll follows it up and does well. That punch away was by Fitzgerald. He goes wide looking for Broom. Broom against Hart. Now, Broom's a left footer, so we want to try and get back on there. Hard over the top as well, tries to kick it on in there. Vagona and Hinchcliffe fight hard for it. Hickleton got a bit of time now, can get a kick away. Good kick towards Ash Smith. Can't take the mark. He and Nardi go at it. Smith, can he pick it up? No, he can't. Coming in, also Anderson does well. He's wrapped up. He calls after the football and then holds it up. It might be a ball up. It is.
Did well, the Bannockburn boy diving in underneath there. That was Knight.
Yeah, I think he
really wanted that footy, didn't he?
Yep, for sure.
So ball up, about 50 metres out from Bannockburn's goal. Hickleton gets it down to the side of the pack. Handball spills free from Dillon. And a free kick for a hold.
Yep.
Held on to too long after getting rid of the footy.
It's a beautiful ruck tap, and Dillon actually into his arms, and he did well not to take it, didn't he?
Yep.
So Dillon will be kicking from about 45 metres out. It'll be a fair kick from there. He's on a 45-degree angle. So Matt Dillon comes in now for a couple of steps. That's a good kick. Good
That's
kick.
A beautiful kick.
We're straight behind that, and that's straight through the middle. Matt Dillon, his first goal, and the first for Bannockburn. They tie things up, the Tigers. 1-3-9 apiece on the guest video scoreboard. And we've been playing 6 minutes in the second term.
That was an excellent kick for goal, Eric. That's a goal you need to lift the team in, and from 40 out with a heavy slippery ball. We haven't seen the ball carrying that far, and he's made beautiful contact with that and put it straight through the middle.
The amazing thing, Welsh, it was basically against the trend of play, wasn't it?
Yep.
Western Joey's defensive area were absolutely dominant for 5 or 6 minutes. The ball came down this grandstand side once. A nice tap and a free kick to Dillon, and you've described it perfectly. A beautiful kick. Umpire with the footy in the middle. To Ruckman again. Bogey, well, he gets it to ground. He's starting to do quite well in there. Well, gee whiz, the young man made the ball his objective, and
doesn't know any different, Daniel Beard.
Beard got the free kick and plays on quickly. Unfortunately, the kick really didn't match the effort in getting it, because it was pretty ordinary. Little flick handball up to Fitzgerald. A little short kick, and yeah, what happened there?
I don't think Simon West is in a bit of trouble, I think.
Yeah, well, he was
He might have to count him, Welshie.
I think so.
Free kick to Bannockburn.
Yeah.
They had all that.
I think Bannockburn might have instigated all that, and that might be a good point. That's the old Collingwood tactic, Welsh.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking about anything but the footy. On the left foot there, Shane Hickleton, back to the middle. Mark not taken. Tried to push forward the Western Joey's boy. Picked up and dropped there by Spear. Picked up again. Kicked across the ground. It's all Bannockburn out there. And comes back into the corridor. Good play. The kick not so good. Centre half forward. Carroll can't take the mark. Comes to ground. That's Stankovic. After it looks well. Picks it up. On centre wing. Drives round the body to half forward flank. Gee whiz, the sun on those cars there. You really can't pick the players up, can you?
I think it was Forbes, actually, across there.
Send the runner out, Eric, and tell them to keep it away from that part of the ground. Making us hard on us.
The early morning sun on top of the cars, and it's reflecting straight in our eyes. So the ball out of bounds, half forward flank. Scores all tied up. Oh, great, great roving for Bannockburn. Back to the middle. Bogey can't take the mark. Gets at the ground. Whoever. It was Mullane Grant, was it?
Hickleton, I think. Shane Hickleton.
Gee, ran pretty hard and pretty straight. Handball came across there to Doyle. Wasn't too sure that that was the footy. Wasn't ready for it. And the ball dropped by Bannockburn.
Yep.
No effort whatsoever, unfortunately. And good tackle there by Vagona.
So Vagona on centre wing on the outer side. Try and drive it towards centre half forward. He goes in that direction now. And a mark in the middle of the pack by Luke Madden.
Just nice little bit of body work there, Welshie.
Yeah, just got rid of the fellow in front and
tries to kick long towards Beggs. Forbes in front, falls to the front of the pack again. Mullane Grant breaks a tackle, goes with a clearing torpedo punt towards centre wing. Foot race now, might sit for O'Keefe. He gets across there with Smith and Nardi. Good shepherd by Smith, gives O'Keefe a bit of time. It's 3-on-1. They should win it here. Smith had it and lost it, then tried to run through the pack. Apposition gets him too high. And we'll take a free kick. Ash Smith on centre wing. He's got Shane Hickelton just over the top by himself, and he goes in that direction now. Rudd has to make up a bit of ground, but Hickelton's taken the mark. His left foot up, try and drive it back in towards centre half forward. Coming out, Sam Hickelton comes through, gets around Beard, then drops the footy. And Spear will clear. Should have been a free kick, none forthcoming. Comes back towards Hinchcliffe. Great pick up Hinchcliffe. Handball towards Hickelton. He's shepherded Apposition off. Now he goes back, Shane Hickelton towards O'Keefe, and he takes the mark.
Good vision.
Yeah, very good vision there.
So Byron O'Keefe now goes wide, looking for Matt Dillon. He picks it up and had it and lost it, and then it will be a boundary thrown at half forward for Bannockburn, who've been doing most of the attacking in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, St Joey's seemed to, as Eric said before, they've had a lot of the ball, but they're just turning it over across half forward now, aren't they, Eric? The kicking isn't to position at the moment, and the Bannockburn backline standing up very well at the moment.
It's really a battle of backline so far, and it's a new player on the ground in Rhodes, a big lump of a boy, giving Bogey a bit of a spell in the ruck. Boundary umpire with the footy between wing and half forward flank. Social Club side of the ground. Rhodes, good body work, gets a tap down.
Good
kicked in the man in the mark there by Hinchcliffe, and Hinchcliffe, the recovery there by Western Joey's. Leading in the race for the ball for Bannockburn is Woolley, and I suppose at some levels of footy that would have been deliberate, but I think we've seen one in the season here, Welsh.
Yeah, I think so. That's about it. It depends what mood the umpire's in too, I suppose.
Yes. So ball out of bounds in front of the Social Club here. Rhodes again gets a tap down for Bannockburn. There's a whistle on play. Umpire Clifton has seen a free kick to Forbes. Forbes of Western Joey's. Oh, up high for the mark there was Manning, and can't come down with it, but he's ended up, picked it up, looks for the safety of the boundary, and that's a pretty good effort there. So a pretty torrid first quarter and a bit, 1 goal, 3 apiece at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
So thrown in now, over the back of the pack, Rudd looks for a handball, shuffles it out quickly to Cal Hart, off one step, goes long, standing his ground, can't take the mark was Doyle, kicked back towards centre half back. O'Keefe might be able to pick it up, he can't do so. Stankovic can, turns around, kicks it over his shoulder towards David Spear. Is it going to sit for him? Coming out, Mullane Grant meets him, but Spear keeps going straight at the footy. Then he falls over, and Mullane Grant doesn't. He picks it up, breaks free, runs from half back, taps it on the ground intelligently, goes towards centre wing looking for his teammate, but it's too far. Vagona sits for him nicely, then he drops it, then he has to pick it up again, and then he gets caught. No holding the ball decision, back, still out there. Vagona does well to break free, then gets a kick towards the boundary line and might roll out. It does, and it will be a boundary thrown in between wing and half forward for Western Joey's. It's 1-3-9 apiece in the under-18 grand final, and we've been playing 12 minutes in the second term.
Well, they get overawed by the fact that it's a grand final, Welsh. They seem to be quite a lot of skill errors, fairly basic stuff.
Yeah, and you'd expect it to settle down by now, Eric, but obviously it hasn't. But I think the slippery conditions might have a bit to do with that too. And here we see a bit of slip straight through the young fella's hands in, and you don't blame him for that because the ball is going to be very slippery.
Well, Hinchcliffe got it towards the middle. Shane Hickelton's got it. Dodges the right and then left and gets away on the right boot towards cousin Sam. Can't take the mark. Over the back of the pack, Hose. Handball. Was a bit out in front of Dwayne Broome, and also Hart, who makes up a lot of ground. Does well, Callum Hart. Gets it around the corner towards the safe of the boundary line. I think he's found it. He has. And it will be a boundary throw-in at half forward for the Tigers.
He's quite quick, that Hart, isn't he?
Made up a bit of ground there. He looked out of the contest, didn't he, against Dwayne Broome. But it will be a boundary throw-in now with the Tigers into attack.
I think one thing that both coaches have got, they got the matchups pretty well right, haven't they?
They've done a bit of homework, haven't they? So a boundary throw-in. Rhodes, Madden in front, gets it down to the front of the pack. Spear shuffles it out. Kick around the corner, in fact, in the end. Well trapped by his teammate. It might be O'Sullivan out there. Handball to Stankovic. Doesn't sit for him at first and still doesn't sit for him. Coming out, but he picks up good second effort. Handball out wide. Finds his teammate who gets wrapped up by Van Inge. That might have been Vagona. Too high, said the umpire. And getting back, it might be Tainton actually with the free kick. He's on centre wing on the outer side. He drives it towards half forward, drops short. Standing in the way is Nicholson. He takes a mark, wants to switch play. The lead's on, and it's a good kick too. Shane Hickleton takes it in the middle. Runs around on the left boot, goes towards half forward. Hold, said the umpire, over the shoulder.
He was on the that early, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it's Mullane Grant, goes long. Lead on by Sam Hickleton, goes out in that direction now. James Hose sits and waits. He's in front now. Hickleton makes up a bit of ground, pretty close to the boundary line, and I think Hose will be happy to see it over. He will, and it will be a throw-in. About 40 metres around from Bannockburn's goal. It's 1-3-9 apiece here between Western Joey's and Bannockburn. The boundary umpire throws the ball up. Carroll gets it down to the side of the pack. Mullane Grant against Stankovic. Too high. Yeah. Rudd tried to drag it in. Hickleton also there. Rhodes misses it. Hart also in there fighting hard for it. Pack develops at half forward. Shuffled out somehow. Stankovic tried to kick it off the ground, then drags it back in. Have to be careful. Ooh, too high, said the umpire, did he? And just waiting for... No, it's going to be a ball up at half forward for Bannockburn.
Beard is a bit of a goer, isn't he? A bit of a protagonist. Good tap down, goes into the arms there of Mullane Grant. He can't get clear, and well, finally kick smothered. Comes out clear for Stankovic, but he can't pick it up unfortunately, and off his foot it goes to the boundary line. Not over in the full. We'll have a throw in. Bannockburn showing signs here of breaking the tie, but they just can't get it that last 50 metres into the scoring area. Well, almost a push there to the West Saint side. Punch off along the ground by Nicholson. Gains 10 metres, but it's pretty negative at the moment. So we've got the ball out of bounds. Still half forward flank for Bannockburn. Good throw in. Ball comes down. Unfortunately, Dylan can't get clear. And ball comes again off Hinchcliffe's hands. And he has a bit to say, young Beard, doesn't he?
Teammates for the Raiders too. The boys. Yeah. They know each other pretty well, I think.
Sort of kid you'd like to have on your side.
He goes to school with him too, I think.
Well, great tackling there by the Bannockburn side. And again, that's Nicholson can't control it. And Beard, well in the game, isn't he?
Boundary throw in half forward for the Bannockburn. 1-3-9 apiece still here. Second quarter of the grand final. Over the back of the pack. Knocked it out towards Madden. His kick's partly smothered. Buffton back on the ground. Can get a kick away towards Hickleton, and also getting across there. Broom. Hose also coming through the middle. Handball, short one. Pretty close to the boundary line. Anderson gets across there through the middle. Hart rides a bump, then gets the handball away somehow. Big pack still over the top of the footy. Coming out, was that a push in the back? So the umpire? Yeah. Yes, it was. And it will be a free kick going to Anderson. And it's 50. So something was said or done out there. And it's going to be 50. So that's going to take them well out of defence now, Western Joey's. And push them up towards centre wing.
Jeez, buy some land on
land.
It's Jeepers.
That's on centre wing. It's about 75 metres. Ellie Anderson should run past and give him $5, the umpire, as he takes his kick from centre wing.
He's brought him up 3 kicks.
He has. He's gone long towards half forward. Pack develops. Needs somebody at the front. Handball out's okay, or had a bit more time Madden than he thought. Now comes towards half back, pushed away. Oh, straight to the arms of Luke Forbes. He goes towards Beggs on the lead. He goes in that direction. Great punch away by the defence, and Bannockburn will have the numbers now as they break free, and it sits up beautifully too.
Well shepherded too.
And well then the kick.
Well, that's all he could do.
Yeah, nothing to kick too. He tried to disguise it, and he still hasn't put it out. Madden has got it. Now he goes towards Forbes. Goes up, can't take the mark off hands. Bully. He just wants the boundary line. And he finds it. And that coming out of defence was Mark Haberfield too. Great play by him. Knock it away from Beggs in the second effort. And it will be a boundary thrown at half forward now for Western Joey's.
pretty good defensive stuff, Welsh, isn't it? Both sides quite intelligent.
Yep, especially across the half back line. Both sides are sort of on top across there and standing up very well.
So Rudd will take the free kick for a high tackle at half forward after the ruck contest. Want to try and drive it long if he can, looking for something. Leads on from Doyle. He was going to go short there, but now he goes longer, just pops it up. And a couple players over the back, Malane Grant, tapped to the front, Hinchcliffe, his handball. Bit too hot for Dylan, has to go back on his left. Now goes across, the goal danger. Stankovic puts the hands up, can't take the mark. They might be okay. Broom kicks it off the ground and chases it. Look at the speed across there by Stankovic. Gets across there, tries to tap it back towards the advantage of his teammate. Did so, coming through Buffton and O'Keefe. Buffton, can he keep it in? No, he can't. Free kick, no. It's a boundary throw in on the opposite side, half forward flank. The prancing Serbian made up a bit of ground then.
He certainly did, didn't he? Nice turn of pace.
He's quite an athlete, I'd imagine, Stankovic.
Yep.
Ball thrown in, half forward flank. Bannockburn tried desperately to get it out.
I give you the good bit, don't I, Eric?
Yeah.
Covered all the time.
Well, the ball back at centre half forward. And there's the siren for half time, and it's all tied up at 1-3 apiece.
The goal kickers for Bannockburn. Their goal, Matty Dillon kicked it in that second term, and in the first term, Stephen Beggs kicked it for Western Joey's. So at half time, it is 1-3-9 apiece, and in that quarter, they kicked a goal. Bannockburn, that was the only score. So pretty tight here in the under-18 GDFL Grand Final. 1-3-9 between Bannockburn and Western Joey's. We'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll have the second half of the under-18 Grand Final on.